Is this going or what?
I don't know. I'm gonna get a nice super killer poster behind me.
Oh, I'm so glad you reminded me.
Not the new one. not the new one.
What do you mean?
Oh,
well, you can't. What don't you like about the new Super Killer fan art that someone made that they love? The Super Killer kills superheroes.
I have to say something real, like
what?
It's so bad.
What is?
Okay,
fans?
Because
they embrace the premise of your dumb comic.
No.
How could you?
I have never had like a stronger, like couldn't stop laughing and so mad that I was laughing like reaction where I was just like, you guys are gonna fuck this up for me so bad.
Fuck what up? He kills superheroes. And what's the hot new superhero?
I know.
What other hot new superhero could there be than Isam?
It's so
than
bad.
Eric July.
Look, it would be one thing if he was
breakout hit.
It would be one thing if he was fighting Isam. Okay.
Well, obviously you have to tell a story in one panel. It's fan art, Vito. Okay. Sorry if it doesn't live up to your narrative expectations, but someone tried it very hardest.
Stop justifying it. This is so bad.
I'm praising it.
This is so bad.
Look, I'll show it on YouTube. Hold on.
Can we even show it on? Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. It's not working. Oh, there. I got to get rid of this. What's wrong with that?
There's a number.
Isn't that what your guy does? He kills superheroes.
Stop.
So that's Isam.
Stop.
That's Isam that Eric July made.
I'm not going to be able to make it.
That's Isam.
Keep doing this.
And your guy, Super Killer, whose whole job it is to kill superheroes, has kneeled down on the back of Isam's neck. And
it hurts. It hurts.
And he says he's holding a little baggie of something. I don't know what it is. And he says, "Don't do drugs." He's also giving you a good message.
This is not.
Don't do too many drugs.
This is
probably
not official Super Killer artwork. This does not.
Well, of course it's not official. It looks great.
This does not represent the Super Killer fan base.
What do you mean? It's the first fan art of Super Killer, isn't it?
Jesus fucking Christ! I saw this.
What do you not like about this?
I hate you guys so much. I hate it. I hate you guys. This is like it's so
what? So he doesn't kill
like
black superheroes or what?
It's the worst thing you could have done was this. Like I cannot think of a worse fucking thing than Super Killer kneeling on the neck of Eric July's Isam character while holding a baggie of fentanyl. And saying, "Don't
that's
do
what
drugs."
happened.
Yeah, I think it's a clear reference to certain real world events.
Oh,
and the worst part, here's what happened today on Twitter. There's like this one.
Here we go.
Vito's Twitter.
All right. There's this one like lady, and she's like the she's like one of the head editors at IDW Publishing. And she goes, "What comic are you most excited for in 2023? And I said, "I'm excited for my comic, Super Killer," and posted a picture. And then someone below it said, "I am also excited for Super Killer," and posted my character kneeling on a black man's neck with a baggie of fentanyl. And I go, "Well, I'm not getting that deal. Not getting a publishing deal from IDW if you guys are going to spam this fucking shit." Not that I wanted the IDW deal, but still, it's not good. I'm
excited about my comic.
Can you not?
Me too.
Can you not post it to like other comic professionals and like people in the industry? Because I worry they're going to get the wrong impression.
What impression would that be? He kills all superheroes, no matter what. Isn't that the deal?
He doesn't kneel on their neck.
What if he had to?
I don't. That's not. No.
He wouldn't, or what?
He would. Oh my God. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. This is terrible. Anyway, who even drew that? Whoever drew that, look, I do appreciate.
What is his name? It says down there.
I don't know.
Hold on, let me.
What?
Jahet did it.
It's an excellent picture.
Oh, he got a bunch of smiley faces. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a smiley face.
Don't give him a fucking smiley face.
Okay.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for the character. I just worry you may have gotten the wrong impression about who he is and what he's about.
I don't think so.
You think he's got it?
That's his job, is to kill superheroes, isn't it? So it seems like he understands it exactly.
I'm banned from the comic industry forever before even getting one book out.
What do you think? You're like a nice guy that's gonna make like a nice comic, and you're
a little bit, you know. Talking to a couple industry professionals, getting some tips.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, my superhero is kneeling on black men's necks for alleged drug crimes. It's not a good look.
Don't you think the super killer thing looks cool though? Let me pull that up.
It's a great picture. He really nailed it.
Like that, how it's like all
it's
cool
all like
gangster
like
that.
Yeah,
gangster.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Okay.
It's not that I don't appreciate the technical talent that clearly went into this.
Oh yeah. Do you want to start the show?
Yeah, let's do it. Jesus Christ. Biggest problem in the universe.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. The only show that ranks every problem in the universe, from picky fat chicks to anti-privacy dicks. I'm your host, Dick Masterson. Joining me as always is Vito Links, the creator of Super Killer, here in studio. Hide your drugs, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not an anti-drug thing. It's not. He doesn't support police misconduct or anything of the sort.
But he is kind of a policeman.
He's not, no. Well,
he's not?
Maybe kind of. I don't know.
All right.
Depends on how you want to look at it.
Oh, well.
Let's just say again, this is not official Super Killer product. This is a fan work. And the
art doesn't even look the same.
I disavow it on so many levels. On more levels than you can imagine.
Oh, man. Should we get right into the...
God damn it.
Vito's Twitter.
What?
Vito's Twitter.
Vote it up. Vito's Twitter.
Being Vito on Twitter.
We'll get there
What happened?
eventually.
We'll get in there eventually.
That Melanie Mac wouldn't call in.
She's not going to call in.
No, she said she wouldn't call in. Oh, you didn't see that?
Oh, really?
I've been bothering her, and she finally responded to me. She said she'd think about it.
Yeah.
And then I think what happened was you changed your profile picture to a picture of her.
Yeah.
Which is about the creepiest thing you could possibly do.
Why is that creepy? It's funny.
No, women don't like that. That's like a Chris the Kiwi move.
I did it for like
actually.
a couple hours. It's because it's funny because then it looks like they're arguing with a different person. It's
yeah, they don't like that.
Yeah, but
it's like having their identity raped.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm desecrating. And then what? Did she call me like an incel or something?
Hold on, let me get her quote for you exactly.
Well, should we set the stage for why Melanie Mac is mad at me?
Okay, am I going right into the
well,
bit?
I mean, as long as you're...
All right, well, let's do it.
Vito's Twitter. Vito's Twitter. Vito being Vito on Twitter.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Pulling it up right here.
Vito's Twitter.
This is the part of the
Vito's
show
Twitter.
where we look at what
Vito
Vito's
being
doing
Vito
on Twitter.
Vito on Twitter.
Are you going to keep the fucking theme going?
Vito on Twitter.
Okay.
Right.
So this is Melanie Mac.
Yes.
Says woke ideology is satanic.
Yes, I was scrolling through YouTube.
Okay, see that?
And I found this lady, Melanie Mac, who I've
You're
been
looking
aware
for
of.
something to get pissed off about, though.
Well,
right?
it popped up in my feed. I'm on YouTube. I didn't like search for it.
Okay.
And it says woke ideology is satanic, and of course it's a video about how drag queens are being commanded by literal Satan to read to your children. And the video has all these like Bible quotes and whatever the fuck. And she's a like Christian. She's like a cool Christian influencer, right? Because she hates the drag queens and the grooming and the whatever else.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And I said, well,
Are they not from Satan?
Nothing is from Satan. Nothing on this earth is from Satan. Like I understand having an issue with the drag queen storytelling, the whatever, but we can discuss that without bringing in supernatural beings and being like, well, there's a literal evil man who lives in an alternate dimension that commands human beings to do shitty things. No.
Yeah, okay, got it.
That's silly. I think all the satanic panic shit is silly. And that's all I said. I said the satanic panic has found...
Well, you didn't say it like that, though.
I said the satanic panic has found its brainless lady spokesperson.
See, you say brainless quietly. When you say it, But on Twitter, when you're reading it, Brainless is like, wah, wah, wah. This brainless lady spokesperson.
I didn't capitalize it, I didn't draw any extra attention to it. I said, and I just, whatever, and I went about my day. I'm like, Melanie Mac doesn't know who I am, and I don't need her to know who I am. I think she's an idiot, and she makes stupid videos about how there's literal demons commanding men to do evil to each other, which I think is a silly premise.
Yeah, demons.
Yeah, I don't...
Like semen demons.
I don't believe in demons and
That's
Satan.
what makes men cheat on their wives. Satan.
I think men do...
Not them. They love their wives.
I think that this whole drag queen thing, and I do agree, I've seen some of the videos of some of the stuff, and I go, why would you bring kids to that? I get it. But I think we can have discussions about it without going, well, the reason they do it is because there's an evil dark lord who has wormed his way into their hearts, and they must be, have their heads chopped off in the town square.
It's funnier with Satan in it, though.
It's not funny. The satanic panic stuff is genuinely worrisome.
It's funnier.
Like, grown human beings should not be worried about Satan. All right? They really shouldn't.
Women, though.
I know, she's a woman. Yes, I am making fun of a woman who probably believes in ghosts and everything else.
Astrology.
And astrology. All right? I don't know why that's so controversial that all I said was, here's a dumb lady on YouTube.
Brainless.
Well, okay. I'll next time, brainless goes too far?
You didn't call her titless, though.
No.
Okay. Then she says, thanks for sharing my video.
Well, this is because Chrissy Mayer then came at
fighting
me.
At Chris.
I didn't do anything to Chrissy Mayer this time. I was talking about Melanie Mac.
Vito.
God damn it. I posted this thing. Somehow Chrissy Mayer says it. And she goes, why didn't you tag her in your tweet? And I'm like, because I don't have an interest in talking to her or discussing anything.
Because I said something shitty. Why would I
tag? Like, I'm not.
Like, I don't want to call it to her face.
If anything, it's shittier, I think, to tag her and be like, hey, fuck you. Look at me. I'm making fun of you. It's like, no, it's just like a throwaway tweet.
Especially a nice girl.
So then I have Chrissy Mayer.
Too.
Chrissy Mayer, who has like 100,000 followers. All her followers come to me and they go, well, you didn't tag her because you're a coward. You're afraid of her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
Chrissy Mayer's 100,000 followers?
I think so.
What is their favorite joke of hers?
I don't know.
Huh.
Probably her.
You think if you asked them, survey says?
I think the number of them who've been out to those local bar shows she does in the middle of the fucking whatever Joey's Pub and Grill.
Oh yeah,
doing a set during happy hour or whatever the fuck.
Okay, so then you said you want to read your thing here.
She said, thank you for sharing my video. Yeah. This is, of course, after all her followers have been dogpiling me all day. And I go, you're welcome, crazy church lady.
Poor guy. That must be horrible.
I don't want to deal with it. That's what part of why I didn't tag her is I don't need 100,000 fucking Jesus freaks coming in going, well, actually, Satan's a real big problem, and you got to deal with it.
Well, I wanted her to bring Satan in.
You're going to have her call in bringing Satan?
Yeah. I mean, apparently, she had a big problem with you.
Yeah.
And you're saying Satan doesn't exist.
So she's probably, maybe Satan's in me. She should have made the case.
She should have made it. If you're not willing to call into a podcast to stop Satan, then how serious are you about
I don't think she
Satan?
is. I don't think
not
she
very
is serious. You're right. Thank you for sharing my video. I said, you're welcome, crazy church lady. I hope you and your boyfriend Jesus find happiness. That was a nice thing I said. That was not like, I didn't say like, fuck you, you stupid cunt. I was like, all right, well,
All right. She says, I have found happiness in Jesus. Thank you again.
And I said, delusions are comforting. I know. And that's it. That's the end of it. Leave me alone.
No, but it wasn't the end because then you changed your, because then I told her to call in and she said, I'll think about it. No, I'm good at talking women.
Then I changed my name. You probably missed this. Then I changed my name to Frank Pellegrino, worst bookie in America parody account. Because then it looked like Chrissy Marr was calling out her boyfriend for making fun of Melanie Mac, which was funny to me. Because then she's like, why didn't you tag her? And it's Frank Pellegrino, her fiance. And it looks like they're having a little lover's quarrel. I'm like, well, that's funny. And that's like a little bit of retribution for sending all your stupid followers at me.
Yeah, okay.
And then Frank sends me these desperate direct messages going, bro, I have nothing to do with this. Why are you dragging me into it? I'm like, because it's funny.
It's funny.
He's like, I don't see what's funny about it. I'm like, it's funny that it looks like Chrissy Marr is fighting.
Not a surprise.
Yeah, is fighting with her Booker boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, she tried to get me.
Like how you're upset right now. That's what's funny about it.
But he was like really upset, and I was honestly like, I was like, man, it's just like a little joke. Like, I'm gonna change it back in like a couple hours. It's not gonna like ruin your career. And if you're really worried about it, Chris, you could obviously delete her tweet that looks like she's fighting with you, but she's not gonna do that because she's trying to get me. So then I had a long discussion with Frank Pellegrino where he goes, well, you understand this is why nobody likes you, right? And I'm like, no,
everyone loves Vito. I'm like, actually.
Well, most people don't like me. It's because I'm liberal and I have liberal ideas and I don't believe in Satan. I'm like, I don't know why that was the controversial thing of the day, is that I go, it's kind of silly to take it, what I think is a very crucial real world problem that we're trying to deal with, that whether or not your kids are being groomed or whatever the fuck else.
Fucking Satan.
Like, well, what do you think Satan has to say about it? Like, should not enter into the conversation at all. And the fact that there are literally like 100 people coming in going, I think she has a point about this Satan character. I'm like, we're just lost as a society. Who cares?
So, do you think, should satanic panic just be a problem here?
At some point, it will be.
Here's what she said. She said, I'll consider it. And then you started doing a bunch of pictured shenanigans.
Yes, because it's funny.
And then I got her today. She said, about you. She said, he has gotten enough clout from me as it is.
Oh, no. I got so much clout from her.
Why would Satan need clout?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just going to spread the word of Satan, bitch, and now you can't do anything about it. You could have stopped Satan. According to you, that's like your big thing, but if you don't even have the balls to step into the arena with Satan's greatest emissary.
Yeah, wouldn't all of Christianity be like a psyop invented by Satan to take control of dumb white people?
That would make a lot more sense.
It seems pretty obvious that if I was Satan, be like, yeah, well, I'm just going to invent Christianity, like convince everybody that, I'm God, and to not, like, here's the most important thing that God wants you to do, nothing. If anybody pisses you off, you do fucking nothing. Right? And my armies of darkness just march all over the earth. Seems obvious.
And you can do whatever you want as long as you feel bad about it later. That seems like some Satan-type shit. All right, well, I'm sorry for...
Wait, I'm not done. He has gotten enough clout from me as it is. Not going to give him any more attention he doesn't deserve.
Okay.
He never had any intention to reasonably debate in the first place.
That's correct.
Y'all...
I'm not going to debate whether or not Satan exists with you.
But you are. You already are debating it.
I'm debating why it's ridiculous to bring up Satan.
Okay.
But, like, if we're going to get into, like, well, here's what my magic book believes, like, there's nothing to discuss at that point.
Okay. Y'all have fun, though. That's what she said.
I will have fun.
That was Vito
Melanie.
on Twitter.
Vito's Twitter.
I don't even think I come off looking bad in that
Vito's
situation.
Twitter. Vito being Vito on Twitter.
I saw a stupid video and I tweeted about it. That's the whole point of Twitter.
Yeah.
To have little things.
Vito's
But
Twitter.
you're always saying, like, well, how do we get more guests on?
Vito being
And then
Vito
you
on
pissed her
Twitter.
off.
Well, I didn't know we wanted Melanie Mack as a guest.
Sure.
Vito on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll have anybody as a guest. Doesn't mean... should I just be nice to everybody because we need guests?
At some point, yeah.
Okay.
Once you hit them with something mean, then you turn on the charm to rope them in.
Well, that's what I did to Frank
That's
Pellegrino.
what I did with Destiny. Hit him really hard up front, and then I was like, I love this guy. Look at him. Look at this guy. All right?
Chrissy, I think you're really funny, and you should come on the show.
That's too
and have
much.
Frank come on, because he's cool, too. I sent Frank a link to my stand-up, but he didn't respond.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which...
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The stand-up is now available on the Patreon. It is a Patreon exclusive clip. You'll be able to see the comedy stylings of Steven Torres, Carl Spitali, Josh Denny, and, of course, myself, Vito Gesualdi, with special host Dick Masterson.
Finally up.
It's finally up.
You get it, you crybabies.
Yeah, well,
you whined enough, and now you get to see it.
We always meant to put it up at some point. We just had to like figure out the logistics. But I will say this: only one joke was cut.
Oh,
and
whose joke?
I'm not gonna
Mine?
I'm not gonna out anybody.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting the full experience.
Wow.
Except for the part where we all chanted the N-word. That's the one part I had to leave out for YouTube terms and services.
Okay.
No, but you get the whole thing. It's good.
Patreon.com/biggest problem.
Or just skip to my part, which is like an hour in.
Okay. Tell us what you think next. And do Vito's material.
What do you mean do my material?
Recreate
burn it
go
everywhere.
everywhere
Steal my jokes and take them to clubs. Fuck you guys.
Okay, here we go. The war on anonymity won. That's mine. The Female Dating Strategy Podcast was second, and Hitler
was
last.
I do have to say I understand a lot of people were like, well, Hitler's dead. It's a solved problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The specter of Hitler.
The specter of Hitler maybe was what I was more getting at.
Nick Fuentes raised an interesting point in his debate with Alex Jones, where he compared all the Hitler hating to like Big Brother, where they show that picture on the screen and everybody boos.
Yeah,
you know?
the 5-minute hate.
Yeah,
the
2-minute hate.
2-minute hate.
Don't you think it's kind of like that? Like anytime somebody says Hitler, everyone's got to go like, you know what? I hate Hitler. He was just the worst. And then someone's like, me too. But even more.
Well, I do think that the humanity really wants. We're a hateful species.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need these like totems. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, all right, I didn't like the Star Wars movie, right? But then some people like were really like, my whole identity is hating that fucking Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't want to go that far, but I see the excitement of why you go that far. It's like it's just fun to hate. It feels good, and it makes you feel like a better person.
Yeah.
Kind of like Melanie Mac's followers flooding into my mentions and using me as a totem for this mythical satanic pedophile ring that they've built up in their heads. Because they can't find a real one, but they have me.
They have a real one, it's loneliness.
Yeah, well, that's what they should be working on. But instead, they fawn after some e-girl who tells them Jesus is going to make it all right.
So one of them, when I tweeted at her, I was like, hey, come on the show, Melanie. Call in and talk to Vito. He's like a nice guy. This guy immediately popped in and goes, she doesn't like confrontation, so maybe you should phrase it. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this?
Who's this guy?
What is this creature that's just like wiggled his way out from under this chick's fucking Twitter crack?
Do I just need to be like, do I need to level with these people and be like, listen, I think you're really dumb, but like...
Okay.
I still want to talk to you. I'd bring her on.
You gotta have a second gear to switch into. After you hit him with the brain dead shit, you gotta go like, actually, I'm a very reasonable guy.
Yeah.
And I would
pull that move sometimes.
Okay. Why not this time?
Because it's a woman and I hate her. And I want to make her feel bad.
Can't argue with that.
I want to make her feel bad about
Mr. Jimmy
herself.
says, Vito is slowly making me like him show by show, being the friend that everyone's girlfriend hates. I respect that.
That's very true.
Johnny Average says, Vito missed his calling as a middle school teacher. Incredible Holocaust lecture. Never heard anything like it before.
You need a good Holocaust lecture now and again.
Every year.
I
thought I was in 12th grade in high school, and I was in social studies learning about the Holocaust again, and I thought to myself, man, this is the last time I'm going to be told the same shit about the Holocaust. I got to enjoy this one. It turns out every year it never fucking ends.
Well, it would end if you fucking guys like Fuentes and Ye didn't. Well, all right, I guess we're going to do another lecture series.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
No, it would. It's never.
Your fault.
It never ends. Don't you understand? It never ends.
It could end. You guys keep pushing the envelope.
G8 says benzos turned Jordan Peterson into a neocon. It's like a different person. Okay.
Yeah.
He is.
He's definitely different from when he started.
Do you think it was the benzos?
I don't know if it was the benzos. I think it was just he's a guy who a lot of these guys start off too idealistic.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, I've experienced this sudden rush of fame and clarity. Clearly, it will only be positive, and everyone will love me and respect my intellect.
Everything I do and think is amazing.
Yeah, and then I realize, like, hey, a lot of people are gonna hate you, and you gotta like just kind of push through it.
The Bill Murray quote: "Everyone gets famous and turns into an asshole for 2 years."
Yeah,
and then it either sticks or you get over it.
That's very astute. I haven't heard that quote, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see, David. Oh yeah, here we go. Pyron Charshak. 12 rules for life isn't just Peterson saying clean your room 12 times. And the rule that clean your room is both literal and metaphorical is actually set your house in order before you criticize the world.
Yeah, but I disagree with that.
Yeah, it's retarded.
I think you can recognize a thing that is wrong without necessarily the whole like you got to practice what you preach. It's like, no, you might not even have the resources or abilities to practice what you preach, but it doesn't mean what you're saying is fundamentally wrong.
We have sayings. We've got a saying for every level and context of sanctimony possible. Like, set your house in order before. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And also, it's like, well, wisdom comes from the mouth of babes.
If
like,
your shoes are made of wood,
shitting
don't
all over themselves
float down the river Styx at midday. Or okay, whatever.
Yeah, fortune favors the bold. Like, okay, well, what is a stitch in time saves now? Well, that's kind of the opposite of what you just said, you moron. I think we just like talking, which obviously involves a little more than cleaning your room. You guys wouldn't have a show if you cared about that, though. So I get it. Is being
I like when people explain to us why we're being disingenuous.
Is being a condescending fuck part of the 12 rules?
I get that for comedy, like, fuck you.
I get that you guys are so mad and
I'm happy. I'm having fun.
Emasculated by Jordan Peterson's fan base, but that doesn't mean you got like, why don't you just kill yourself, asshole?
God, if I had Jordan Peterson's fan base, I'd be miserable. I don't want to deal with that. These guys coming up to me, Dad, I cleaned my room today. All right, son.
Yeah.
Buy my next book.
Speaking of fan bases, mine is my first problems. Are we ready to get to it, or do you have some? Oh, we're not. Okay.
Because I have a very exciting segment.
Okay.
Which I like to call Vote It Up.
Vote it up. Vote it up. Vote it up. It's a good one.
Vote it up. Vote it up, folks. Here in beautiful Los Angeles, California, there's so many problems and so many updates to problems. Dick, problem you brought in was not enough Shawnees. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, we got a new problem in the similar vein. Not enough Trumpies. Trump's new line of digital trading cards are now sold out. All 44,000 cards, which depict the 76-year-old as a cartoon cowboy, sheriff, race car driver, and other fantastical outfits, all sold for $99 a piece for a total return of over $4.3 million. Did you buy a Trumpy, Dick?
Oh, and I'm pissed because I saw one where he was at the Wailing Wall.
I think that's a pretty rare one.
Man,
most of them suck. If you go to OpenSea,
I would kill for
them.
that one. Oh, really?
Yeah, most of them are most of them are just him in a suit pointing or wearing a funny hat.
I would like that too, though.
These are the Donald Trump
NFTs.
So, although I think the floor is already at like $130,
like 1,000 or 130.
130. So you would have made. So you would have made a little bit of money.
I don't buy NFTs to make money. I buy them to hold them forever.
Up. No, you don't. You would have held your Trump forever.
I just think they're neat.
I just think they're neat.
Yeah.
Either way, I think we both missed out on Trumpies.
Fuck.
If you like that problem, it's currently sitting at number 298 with negative 246 votes.
Fuck everyone.
People did not like Shawnees. But a popular problem, Dick, was no-knock raids.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. Well, maybe not so much so in Indiana, where police officers are currently speaking out against a new law that gives citizens the right to use deadly force to protect themselves against a public servant who oversteps his authority.
Oh, thank you.
The new law adds an amendment to the state's 2006 Castle Doctrine bill, making it legal to shoot law officers who attempt to illegally access your home or car. Isn't that exciting?
I'm going there for Christmas. I'm going to Indiana.
I try to bait the cops in.
I'm going to put a mustache on.
There's all sorts of drugs and stuff in here. There might be something in here.
There's like a Satan. He was in there, I think, doing a bunch of like fentanyl. Oh, actually, no. You run away from that. Doing a bunch of like
cops are afraid of that
acid. Or what's the least harmful drug there is?
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to get in there.
And they come running in without a warrant, and you can just.
Can I booby trap it like Home Alone? I'm gonna do Home Alone 3 with cops only.
I'm not sure how the Castle Doctrine applies to.
I'll have strings going.
With
Jingle
machine
bell,
guns.
jingle bell, jingle bell.
That are coming down from the ceiling on strings.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Can that be the movie we make? Home Alone, but it's just tricking cops on entering your house in Indiana.
But they're actually cops this time, not just the wet bandits pretending to be cops.
Well, yeah, in Indiana, to protect yourself.
God, that would feel so good.
And they're the first state that specifically allowed the use of force against the police. Let's hope it applies to more states.
They're like, oh, sir, we've had a SWAT call. Can we come in your house? Did you say?
Sound like he said.
Did you say Yes. Ma. I said.
And then the second they come through the door, the whole it's a line of machine guns in a circle. All right. I'm not saying specifically that you should kill law enforcement.
You should land a helicopter on my house too. I see you got it flying around.
You have the right to defend yourself, and thankfully Indiana approves of that. No Knock Raid's currently sitting at number 49. Don't forget to vote it up.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's all right. I just perfectly set up the stingers, and you always fuck up the timing.
Well, because I was doing that blah, 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 blah.
Sounds good and short.
Vote it up! Vote it up!
Put a little echo on there.
Vote it up!
You love the stingers, folks.
Vote it up!
Dick, you're the winner. Bring us in. Problem number one.
Billionaire bootlickers.
Billionaire bootlickers.
Or billionaire blowjobbers. What's better?
Probably bootlickers.
These fucking people, man. These fucking people, like, tripping over themselves to defend Elon Musk because he got yelled at by, because a homeless guy yelled at his car.
Was that what was happening? I didn't watch the video. He was, like, trying to get a guy license plate, or was that something different?
Who cares what was happening? It's really, that's what it is to me. If a billionaire has a problem, then I just want it to be worse.
Yeah.
Like, well, even Trump. Like, well, you know, you could have just done a better job. But then people line up.
I've seen a lot of people saying, well, you
hundreds of them.
Elon Musk has the right to protect his privacy and his location and
his fucking magical. Then invent an invisible jet, dude. If that's what you're you got billions of dollars, then go ahead. People are more worried about Elon Musk's invisible plane not being like invisible.
Yeah.
People are more worried about Elon's plane getting tracked from what, like it needs to be hacked to be tracked. It's a big fucking plane flying around.
Yeah.
They're more worried about that than they're worried about, like, oh, I don't know, everything. Like $600 IRS reporting, the CIA spying on literally everything.
Yeah.
Facebook working with the fucking government to stop any kind of information or anything about anything. The fucking the central bank digital currencies, they're more worried about Elon.
Well, Elon's very important to these people. I mean, he runs their Twitter.
Because they're bootlickers. Because they're temporarily embarrassed. It's billionaires now.
Yeah.
It's not millionaires anymore that America is full of. People who what is that, an H.L. Mencken quote? I forget who said it. Temporarily embarrassed millionaires?
Yeah, I've heard that.
You've heard it? It means like everybody in America thinks that they're just like, they are millionaires, but they
haven't gotten all the way there.
They're just a little short.
Yeah,
I see having some setbacks.
Soon. I'm a little bit embarrassed.
So they all identify with the billionaire capitalist class, even though they are some fucking moron arguing about shit they pretended to start understanding today.
Well, to put this in context, a lot of people might not know that Elon Musk's jet was tracked by a Twitter account, a young man, right? 20.
Yeah, 20.
He's probably been a couple years since he started that account, right? But
I don't know, yeah.
Regardless, he would track Elon Musk's jet where it was. Elon Musk told him, hey, can you take that down? He said no.
He said, I'll take it down for $5,000. The kid said, make it, give me a job or give me a Tesla, and I'll do it.
Which would have been a great deal. I don't know why he didn't just give the kid a Tesla.
Because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
That's why.
He is weirdly like a penny pincher for a billionaire.
Yeah.
And anyway, now that he's taken over Twitter, Elon Musk, who said he would not ban the account that tracks his private jet.
Yeah, then he banned it. And he made up some retarded story about
a homeless guy yelling
at his car
or something.
Lil Nas X was blowing him in his limo. Somebody triangulated where that picture was, where that video was taken, and it's like right down the street. There's no fucking airports around here, bro.
Oh shit. So he's just lying.
Unless you're landing your jet on a helicopter pad in Pasadena.
Well, he says, it's a safety concern. My safety is in danger if people know where I am, even though legally the FAA has to publish all flight records. Like anybody can get
Everyone knows where everyone is. It's called the fucking white pages, dude. It's like, just go to their house and then like wait.
Isn't there just like a website set up already that like tracks it anyway? Like, isn't this just like a weird stopgap measure?
It's a plane flying around in the air.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not
it's
not under the ground. It's not a secret fucking fireplace floof spell like Harry Potter's.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic plane.
Well, he's banning anybody who reports on his plane now, because even journalists who said,
And that's fine,
well,
okay? But people are
Stop
defending
that.
it. People are defending it. That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you, the amount of money that Elon Musk made while you were exerting energy to defend him online for no benefit to yourself.
Yeah. I don't really follow the argument for defense. It's like, I'm like, I don't know. There's like paparazzi reporting every time a celebrity gets off a fucking plane. Like, what has happened? Did somebody ever like
celebrities are reporting their own goddamn
they're
taking
tweeting
pictures
it all the time. You can figure out
everything.
where anybody is and triangulate it. Remember when Shia LaBeouf kept doing his art installation and they used the stars to figure out where the fuck it is?
Yeah, so is that not funny anymore? They were using jet contrails. Fucking jets. Again.
We know where you are. I guess I just don't understand why people are... I guess... You're right. It is temporary embarrassment millionaires. They go, well, when I have my own private jet, I don't want an account to tell people where I am.
I don't want someone attacking my kid outside of my private
Which
jet.
Which didn't happen. Nobody attacked. Did somebody attack him? I don't get it.
Bro, do you know how many homeless people attack everybody every day in L.A.?
You're right. He just had to
All
experience average L.A. life, and he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And he thinks he deserves special treatment.
It happens with all of like Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The robot, Mark Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, we're gonna give 99% of our money to charity, and everyone's like, oh wow, what a fucking great guy.
I mean, that's pretty good.
No, it's not pretty good.
Why not?
Because it got like, oh okay, I'm gonna give all my. I got Windows and computers. Everyone knows about Windows and computers, right? It's fucked up all your lives and fucking crashed like reports and shit.
Sure.
Was good in general, but also a lot of problems, right? Like, yeah, okay. I'm giving all my money away. Oh, are you giving it back to us? For like, no, I'm going to give it to Africa. Fuck Africa.
Everybody bought Windows should just get their money back. That'd be pretty cool.
Just give it to me.
Yeah. I could do a lot
Who
of
gives
fun.
no, I'm going to make actually mechanical mosquitoes that don't work. And I'm going to fucking do...
I don't think he's doing that. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he tried to sterilize mosquitoes to end malaria. It didn't work. I don't think it worked.
I don't know what happened. I know he was trying to fix the drinking water, and everybody accuses him of drinking poop. And they're like, oh, Bill Gates wants to drink poop. And I'm like, that's not what's happening. Shut up. I think Bill Gates is doing some good stuff. He's trying to... Well,
here we fucking go. You too.
Yeah, well...
No, you got to ride them into the ground.
No, it's
like not good enough.
It's good that he's trying to get clean drinking water and cure diseases and make sure everybody gets vaccinated. That's good.
I have a disease of not enough money.
Yeah. Well, maybe bring it up to Mr. Gates.
Why not give it back to people who earned it? The middle class.
Maybe the people in Africa earned it. I don't know. Maybe they worked really hard banging some rocks together or whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
No.
What
Africa doesn't even exist.
It's a very Eurocentric view of things. I think those people deserve a leg up. A leg up?
Why?
I don't know. So they can build a nicer hut.
They these billionaires just siphon out all of our money and then
send it
to Africa for in their cockamamie schemes, sterilizing mosquitoes.
What if out of Africa something like they take all that money and they develop giant robots or something? Yeah, maybe it'll be the next Wakanda. That'd be great.
Who's gonna do that?
King T'Challa and the rest of the magic Africans.
Not everything is a comic book, Vito.
Darn.
Anyway, that's my problem. Do you have any problems with billionaires? Do you have any that you like?
Well, I kind of liked Elon Musk for a second there. Back when I thought this guy really wants to get space travel and clean energy and all that.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of these guys. I think he's like Jordan Peterson. Where he went, well, I'm just like a nice guy and I want to help everybody. It's going to be great and everyone's going to be stoked on me. And then he got online and everyone's like,
fuckhead.
How come you don't let everyone unionize? Well, if we had a union, I wouldn't make as much money and I couldn't do as much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always about, on the way up and then they get to the top. They're like, well, I got to give this money to Africa. I got to get it out. I can't give it back to these people.
He's not giving it away yet.
Make my words. When he's like 70, he's giving that fucking money to Africa.
Maybe. I was stoked on him for a while. I think he had some very good ideas, building high-speed rails and whatever else.
That's a good idea?
But then he just got bogged down. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Why?
It would be great if we had a high-speed rail between they're building one between San Francisco and L.A. It's just like a complete quagmire of a goddamn project.
What, are you going to go up to San Francisco?
Yeah, facilitate business between our two major hubs.
Are you going to go up there?
I would probably use it as for commuter travel. I'm not saying it's going to like make my business life.
Are you going to commute up to San Francisco?
If there's a if there's a rail that goes up there, I'd go every other couple months or something. You never
so
go to,
we're making like a hundreds of trillions of dollars train, so you can go up there every other 3 times a year.
Other people will use it for stuff, and it could probably carry cargo as well. I don't fucking know.
Cargo? Put it on a fucking boat.
Is a boat faster than a train?
Who cares? Just keep sending them.
Anyway, I like that you're picking apart one of the myriad of things that I was excited about.
I hate high-speed rail.
Really? It's interesting. Every other country.
I don't get why everybody likes it.
Because every other country has it, and it's great.
Why is it great?
Because they can go around. Like you can just go to like play. Imagine if like I could be like, hey, you want to go to Vegas, and we just like hop on a train, and we're there in like 2 hours.
You can hop on a bus.
That sucks. You want to ride a bus to Vegas?
Yeah, the mega bus.
Chinese people sweating all over, and
they're gonna put Chinese people on the train. Who do you think builds?
Yeah, but the train's gonna be so fast that you won't even notice them.
How fast do you think?
The bus takes doesn't the bus take like 5 hours?
I don't know. It's got Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna take the bus because I can't take drugs on the bus or the train because there's gonna be a bunch of cops everywhere. So I have to drive no matter what.
Okay, I get it.
Where are you going to sleep if you take the train?
You don't got to sleep. It's so quick.
Where are you going to sleep when you get to Vegas, I mean?
Oh, you're right. I got to bring my car.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's my problem.
Great problem, Dick.
Thanks. What's your problem?
My problem is starving artists.
Oh.
Now, Dick, we've been talking a lot about AI-generated art.
Yeah.
And I see the potential. I think at first I was a little, and I understand the protests of sucking some of the human element out of the arts.
Yeah.
But also I've come to go, well, as a tool to generate imagery and assist a skilled artist could improve the workflow. It could add speed to it. Could add I think you'll still need some level of technical skill. Maybe there will be some who use AR art alone. But I think that there still will be room for artists who can utilize that technology and incorporate it into their existing workflow.
Okay.
Other artists, and the majority of the internet seems to think, no, this is just Satan, and I am resigned to making less money and being miserable because that's what true art is.
Yeah.
And that's...
Oh, they like being starving?
I think so. I think their psychological profile requires them to be miserable.
Suffering.
Because I see all these artists, and this has existed before AI art, but it's just come to the forefront now when we go, hey, we have this exciting new technology that could potentially make it much easier for you to, like, you know, push out images, get shit done, find textures, find stock images, whatever else.
Yeah.
And the knee-jerk reaction is, well, that's disgusting, and I'm going to boycott it, and me and all my friends are going to boycott it, and we're going to shut this down. First of all, you're not shutting it down. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, you guys are done.
Yes.
No one cares about you.
Yes. Well, I see them, and they were really mad because this Chinese app showed up that like you could plug in your face and it turns you into an anime version of you.
Is that that?
I think it's Lenza, yeah. And everybody was using it because it's cool. And they're going, why are you using it? AI art is bad. And I'm like, see, I don't think you guys understand the market doesn't react to like.
Are there any starving mechanics?
No.
Or they're like, I only work on the shittiest cars.
Yeah. I'm not going to use any remanufactured parts or any modern day lubricants. It's like, guys, you have to evolve for the times and just accept the state of things. Like, yeah, the last guy making wagon wheels was the greatest wagon wheel, maker in the world. But is that what you want to be, or are you going to buy a car? These guys are dead set on being miserable and poor.
Yeah.
And because I've always run into this. I saw an article recently where like Fortnite went to a lady and they're like, hey, we like your art. Can we pay you $3,000 for one piece of art for our video game Fortnite? And she got all mad and she's like, Fortnite makes $1 billion. And I don't think, I'm like, $3,000 for one piece of art is a good deal.
How about we just rip it off then?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, you're basically begging these people to, it's like, all right, well, then I'll just find a cheap alternative from China and they're probably going to run it through the AI processor or whatever else.
Yeah.
it's also that these guys don't ever work on making anything like marketable or interesting, where they're like, oh, it's so hard to make it with, as I've been getting more and more into comics, they're like, why is no one buying my comic? And then I look at it and it's like an afro, I don't fucking know. It's like a lady and she's like part frog and she's got 10 lesbian lovers.
This is the comic I'm all about.
Okay, well, at least you have to market your stuff. They don't market themselves. It drives me nuts. And they're all just whining and complaining about, God, my art is so incredible, and if only the world would recognize and stop rewarding AI art. And you're like, people like the AI art because it looks cool. They want to turn themselves into a little anime character.
Everybody has ideas in their heads. Like what drives me crazy about it is the technical skill.
Yeah.
The technical skill that you've worked and developed over the years. Because I play piano, all right? It took me tens of thousands of hours. I like doing it. But you still asymptotically approach what you have in your head and putting out into the world, right? Like no matter how good you are, or maybe, better than me, I can't do it.
Sure.
But you have an idea in your head and you don't quite get there, right? And you are whatever the technical skill that you've worked on and developed is what it is, and that's the best you could do. That's not what makes you an artist. It's what's in your fucking head. So every time I hear, right?
Yeah.
Like every time I hear these people complain about a different tool to express what's in your head and it's somehow inferior to theirs, I think, oh man, like the epitome of irony. Like if you could just take a step back and see what you are doing.
Yes.
It's a wonderful performance piece that you don't intend to make. Congratulations.
I mean, they're jumping. So I'm seeing like publishers. It was like an indie comic publisher that's like, we will never work with any artists that use AI imagery. And I was like, in any form?
An AI said it. An AI PR. I'm having this is my PR agency.
Yeah.
It's AI PR.
It would probably do a
never
great
fuck
job.
up.
But I'm like, well, what if they just use it to like generate a texture? What if you say like, I want like the texture of a leaf, and it's just going to randomly generate it? No one will ever know.
They're already doing that.
Yes.
Photoshop already does it.
Yes, Photoshop already does. Like that's the other thing is like we already have Photoshop tools like context sensitive fill and whatever else. We've had these AI tools, and to take this like hard stance against them, and I'm like, well, then you're just going to get left behind. Like, how are you not recognizing like? Yeah. There's been a big thing.
But they also sorry, I don't mean to cut you.
No, go ahead.
They also always complain about how they don't get enough like credit for Marvel movies. Like they're always complaining about their getting VFX credits because nobody values their work. Like they're putting in all this time and people like don't care.
Yeah.
So why would they want to like you're complaining about this. The other side's not going to care more about what you're doing, so just let a computer do it. Like the value is worthless.
Yes.
To everybody.
And again, I don't want to make this just about AI art. A lot of it is just about that I meet artists that I'm like, if you have access to tools and skills and like, or if you could make something that is like popular while sacrificing your artistic integrity slightly to make a paycheck, like why do you refuse to do that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't believe those people on Etsy who sell these T-shirts of like popular characters, and you're like
selling out.
Yeah,
the myth of selling out.
My uncle told me because my uncle is a sculptor, like not world famous, but he's like done some like big stuff. But
did he make the Bean in Chicago? What do you mean?
No, but he's known like
really.
Known in a way that like, what do you call it? They made a movie about like Robert De Niro being a sculptor, and like they brought in my uncle to teach him how to sculpt because it's like he's one of the few guys who sculpts marble and we're left in the world.
What?
Whatever. It's not that interesting, is it? You want to be my marble sculpting uncle? I don't know.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll show you some stuff.
Marble out of a rock?
Yeah.
That's like the most interesting art that there fucking is. Because everybody could draw, and they're like, well, I can't draw that good.
Yeah.
Fucking nobody can make a thing
marble
out of a fucking rock.
Well, especially now because marble's like really hard to get these days.
Who is this guy?
It's all been. His name's David Giswaldi.
Oh my God.
All his stuff has been, I mean, mostly he's doing bronze now though, because like if you try to get marble, it's all been scavenged for tabletops. Like all the marble, there's seriously like a marble glut because every kitchen designer in the world has eaten up the marble
Not travertine,
supply.
you're talking about marble.
What do you call it? So a lot of his pieces are smaller now because, you know, he can only get marble in certain shapes.
I see.
But he's done.
Oh my God.
He's done like big bronze statues of like P.T. Barnum and stuff. And
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm gonna bring just this part up.
There you go.
What does he think of Super Killer kneeling on?
He hasn't seen that yet.
On
thankfully.
Isam's neck.
Thankfully,
would he make that out of marble?
But he did say to me, even though he is one of the last remaining marble sculptors, he goes, "All my friends sold out when they were younger, and I wish I had done it with them because they're all like weirdo art dudes."
How did they sell out?
Just being like wearing fanciful costumes and running around and being like, "I took a shark and I cut it in half and I pissed in its head and selling it for $1 million." He's like, "Yeah, I just kind of."
You mean are you talking about obliquely the specific like the impermanence of death?
in the mind of someone living?
Yeah.
By whatever. I don't know if he was friends with that guy, but like
sounds like it. That's a very specific.
Based on the story, it kind of sounds like it.
What? Okay.
Do you want a marble piece? You can tie. There's his P.T. Barnum. Take a look at that.
Look at this. He's got Mark Twain.
Oh, that Mark Twain is
P.T. Barnum?
Is awesome. Actually,
He's got a lady with boobs here. Pretty good.
That Mark Twain. That's in the.
Are you fucking kidding me? You have a sculptor.
And like I said, like, they brought Robert De Niro in and he spent like a week in my uncle's studio being like, "No, you hold the thing like this. If you don't hold it like this, people will make fun of you." This is how your sculpting tools work.
Wow. Okay. Anyway.
I didn't know you were such a aficionado of the art stick. Well, I have some stats real quick.
Okay.
75% of U.S. artists earn less than $10,000 a year from their art practice.
How many?
75%.
Oh.
Make and 50% make between $1,000 to $5,000. So most artists are shit hobbyists. It's also worse for female artists, where 83% earn under $10,000. So there you go.
How many of them are on OnlyFans? Do they count OnlyFans for female artists?
No, because otherwise they'd all be making money.
That's art.
Nearly half of the artists surveyed said their artistic practice is less than 25% of their total income. There's also, did you know, artists are populated in certain cities. Artists per 1 million inhabitants. Miami has 581. Portland has 500. And then quickly drops down. Denver, 250 per million inhabitants. So don't go to Portland if you want to be an artist. You're just surrounded by these morons.
Amazing strip clubs in Portland.
They're also mad at NFTs. You see how often they're like, "I can't believe they would do NFTs." And I'm like, the guys doing NFTs are making a fortune. Why do you not want to make money?
Why don't you
Why are you so mad at all this?
Why don't you understand that like getting people excited is the core competency of what you're doing?
I saw a thing.
How do you not get that?
I saw this was a tweet I responded to. Where someone was like, "If you went to a convention and you saw someone selling fan art of your character, like prints, for like $20 a print, how would you react?" And my reaction was, "That's great. Like, clearly the word's getting out about my character. People are excited. I have fans."
But you weren't excited about this?
That's different. This is different. If you're selling this, I might have a problem with it.
Look, then you got all upset about this.
All right, that's a little different. But then all the artists I saw replying where they're like, "Well, I'd go over and I'd ask for a cut or I'd demand they stop selling it." And I'm like, are you guys just like completely moronic? Do you not understand like anything about marketing?
What's crazy is that NFTs have royalties built in.
Do they?
Yeah, on Solana they do.
Oh, I did not know that.
My Shawnees do.
So you get a cut every time someone trades them?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's their fantasy, but they're just too dumb.
But they're too dumb to
understand.
Why are artists so dumb? I have a quote here.
They're not good artists.
Somebody wrote this whole. They did a big study as why artists are so poor. One problem is artists are so poor because there's so many of them. After World War II, the romantic notion of a bohemian lifestyle gained currency in spite of the obvious lack of financial rewards. And a big problem has emerged that governments offer subsidies to artists.
That's so bad.
Right. Because what that ends up doing is that it just exacerbates the problem, creating more loser artists without actually increasing incomes. It hasn't increased the demand for art. It's just increased the competition for these rare grants that are out there being fought over.
It subverts like the nature of art.
Yeah.
Like it should be capture the zeitgeist.
It should not be a weird government funded, we feel bad for you and need a big rock to put in our, what do you call it?
I'm gonna float this one by that art has turned into performance pieces exclusively. That as media has taken over, like interactive and instantaneous 24-hour consumptive media has taken over the entire planet.
Yeah.
That's the only art that there is left, and that every single piece, no matter what it is, has to incorporate that.
Yes.
Into its core.
You are now
like Eric July.
You are now
one of the best artists.
Well,
I would say
he's he's seized on the zeitgeist. He's definitely figured out you are the product, and you always will be. You are never selling anything in a vacuum anymore. And a lot of these artists don't realize it. They go, well, if I just create a great character and a great story or whatever the hell, it's going to be great. And you're like, no, you're a part of it.
Eric July did.
Yeah, Eric July did a very
good job.
Yes.
Creating a character.
No, not the creating a character
of
part.
A dumb.
Well, him as a character, as a dumb. Yes, he's the ultimate character.
Yeah.
Artists of the world, look. You got to give up on your sanctity of art and your, I work so hard and I only work with a horsehair brush and ink drawn from the well. It's like, guys, just get over it. Take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. When you hear about NFTs or AI-generated art, you should be frothing at the mouth, thinking of all the ways you can utilize it to make some money for yourself.
Yeah. When anyone says that you guys don't prepare at all for your show, and then you just phone it in. You just like the more lazy they make it sound. I always say like that's the art that you consume. That is the theme that you want.
Yes,
I know.
Yes, you should be taking as many shortcuts as you can.
Okay, that's your problem.
That's my problem. Starving artists.
Okay, here's my problem. This one's a duo. I took this one from Christian Hollingsworth. It's work holiday parties.
Yeah.
This is what is it? The 16th right now.
Yes.
So everyone's gearing up to
office Christmas party.
Drag their significant other to some fucking venue with a live band that's too loud.
Yeah.
That only does these types of events.
Sounds fun. Where are we going?
With drink tickets.
Oh, drink tickets. Those are fun.
And just you can only fuck up.
Yeah.
At an office party. Can't have a good time.
No.
You can only fuck up. And I don't know who they're for.
It's to create drama to fuel the next few months at work.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Karen did at the office party?
Yeah.
Mike really made a scene at the office party.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was really drunk. Yeah, you can't get too drunk.
What is the reward?
You can't flirt with anyone.
What is the reward? Like we can all just drink today. We don't have to wait till nighttime to do it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people drinking.
That's the office Christmas party. We're all getting shit-faced at the office tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m.
It's pretty good.
Show up, and then when work's over, just go home.
Yeah,
do whatever.
That's a good office party.
Christian says, "I wouldn't hang with y'all if it meant never buying a drink again. I'm certainly not hanging for a 3-drink maximum." Oh God, they had drink tickets at his thing. Kill me with a shovel. 80% of companies plan to throw a holiday party this year.
Really?
This survey that I read says
so you have a little gifts, like little gift baskets for the
for the workers, like a kazoo.
Yeah,
like with the company name
it's
on
like
it.
A calendar with the company picture, a picture of the building on the front.
And they like it. People love it.
People love it. They look forward to it.
I don't know
Maybe some of them are fun. I don't know. I haven't worked in an office forever. Maybe they're better now.
Imagine none of them are fun.
Well, I don't
imagine a bunch of people like that you
are around all the time.
Around all the time.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to like the lobby of a Sheridan or like a YMCA or something.
Right.
And just sit in uncomfortable chairs and eat buffet food.
Dance.
And meet people's husbands.
Yeah.
There's the hot girl that you were like, oh, fuck. There's her husband's way better than me. All right, never mind.
To die off.
80% of companies plan to throw one. 90% of employees would rather have a bonus or extra vacation days over a company party.
Yeah, well, no shit. No, why would you not just want to spend time by yourself with your
So why do they go?
People you truly love.
Just don't. Just every
it's an obligation.
So 90% of people would rather just have money, and we're still going through this retarded spectacle. It's like a NASCAR race, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to see who fucks up. For a crash. Everyone's going to see the crash. Everyone's going to see the train wreck. Like to see who's going to fuck up the party, and nobody does.
Well, I worked for a online. It was this company, and they owned a couple different divisions. I worked for the division that posted video game reviews.
Oh.
It was like they were like a advertising company mostly, though, and they had a big, everybody fly up, like holiday, whatever. I don't know, retreat, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and part of it was to introduce the new like head of. I don't know. He was like the new CEO, or he's not the CEO, but he was like one step next to the CEO. It's like, oh, we hired this guy who used to work at Microsoft. He's great. Okay. He was like this Indian guy, like Rahul, but he was a tough talking guy, and not tough talk, like wanted to be everybody's friend, right? He's like,
right.
Nah, we're gonna get this. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be the greatest company you guys have ever seen, right? And we're
awesome.
We're like, yeah, awesome. So
I go home.
Had to do all the holidays, of like everybody going out to like restaurants and like drinking or whatever. This guy, I don't think had ever drunk in his life or thought that he had, because he immediately got so blisteringly drunk and started hitting on every. Remember, he was like the head of the company and like was going to all these like interns and be like, "You're a pretty good looking girl. You're pretty. Me and you should come back to." And got fired like a week later.
Oh, that's
it was because he was like grabbing ass at the holiday party. And you're right. It really just exists to ruin your life.
If they're going to have holiday parties, you should like throw mama from the train.
You can't
style.
have fun at a holiday party. You lose your fucking job.
Yeah, just go to everyone else's holiday party.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here's our holiday party. Like, you're going to like SpaceX's down the street. You're going to like the Ralph's holiday party over there. No one goes to their own company's holiday party. They all just go to each other's. If they're gonna insist on doing these goddamn things.
Yeah.
It's always on a weekend, right next to Christmas. It's like that one last.
But you don't go to holiday parties now.
No. Of course not.
We should have a holiday party.
You want to have a work holiday party here?
Holiday party for all the.
What day is it?
Who's even involved in this show anymore? Me, you,
and Travis Touchdowns.
Travis Touchdown.
Kid Fiddlers and Maddie Ray who make the thumbnails.
Everybody who makes the thumbnails gets to come, and we can all stand around and go, well, we put in a lot of work this year.
I don't get it. I don't know why they happen. I cannot put myself in the mind.
Because like people at work want to find a way to break up work without leaving work, and that's the biggest problem. Is that they're like, what if we were at work, but like not really, like it was like
being
different.
Silly.
We're being silly and dancing and drinking, and it's like, yeah, that's stupid.
I hate it.
Yeah, what it is. It's a subconscious. It's admitting that work is terrible, but not knowing that the fix is anything other than work. It's imagining a world where like, oh, work could be fun if we were doing all this shit, and it's like, well, not really.
It's because drugs are illegal. If drugs were legal, people would be like, oh, no, I'm going home and doing heroin. I'm not going to the fucking holiday party.
But if the holiday party said, and we've got a big supply of heroin for everybody.
I'm there.
Everyone would come and have a great time.
I went to my girlfriend's Christmas party.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you got your boyfriend to go? How'd you do that? And she's like, if there's an open bar, he'll be there no matter what it is.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of that. Hopefully the food. Was there food?
I didn't eat because I didn't want to be less drunk.
Oh, okay. You really wanted the liquor to do its work.
Yeah.
You got to get a free meal
old trick.
at least.
That's an old trick.
Okay. All right, Drinky Joe. If you don't eat food, it's an old trick. Yeah, torture your body,
cabinet.
Starve your body so that your inebriation lasts
I went in there and I
longer.
slapped a fork out of this kid's hand. Hey, kid.
Don't you know that the alcohol's not going to hit? There's an open bar, you fool.
You fucking idiot. Tell him Santa sent you.
Well, hopefully there'll be no holiday Christmas parties for us.
End them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Just if we had a couple more like mass shootings at them, they'd outlaw them.
Yeah, those San Bernardino people fucked up because they didn't wait until the Christmas party.
For a Christmas
Just
party.
give me like a couple bucks, $100. Hey, we're having a holiday party. Either come to that, and if you don't go, we'll give you like $100.
But then everyone would take the $100. The $100 is gonna have to be like a
give them the fucking $100 then. Jesus Christ!
Come to the open bar.
It's like Disneyland. Like it's like Disney. Everyone's like, oh, Disneyland's so crazy expensive, right?
Right.
$100. But then like, oh, let's go to this office Christmas party. Well, how much did it cost per person? Like, oh, $250. Like, just give us a fucking. This is not Disneyland.
Yeah. Could have rode the rides.
Everyone could have killed themselves.
Speaking of Disneyland, hey,
what the fuck was that?
I was thinking about getting a Universal season pass.
Oh,
why?
why?
You know what's coming in February?
Oh, Mario Land. Yeah, okay.
It's opening in February. I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with the lines, though. It's going to be packed. But I kind of feel
like lines?
I hate lines.
Oh.
I feel like I'm going to have to go in for the YouTube sensation of it all. You know, and go, oh, today we're eating at Luigi's Cafe. The food looks all right.
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion. They got I think they got like a Mario Kart ride. They got looks cool, but it's probably not that cool.
And then on the way out, do you like kick the Harry Potter's people's asses on the
for being transphobes?
Yes. Yeah. How do you like this? I'm a woman. Call me ma'am, bitch.
They're still fighting about that because there's a new Harry Potter game coming out, and I saw these big lectures like, well, actually, if you buy it, you should donate this much money to this trans charity. I'm like, just let people play video games, man. Again, it's the same with the artists. Don't support art. Don't you know you could have, instead of paying $2 for a Chinese app, you could have paid someone $200 to draw you as an anime person? You're like, do you know how insane you sound, you fucking idiot? Like, shut up. Go figure out how to make money and stop complaining about everything. Dick, my second problem.
Go cut a second dick off, will you?
Blockbuster Nostalgia. What is this?
What?
Do you remember Blockbuster, the store where you rented movies?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when those were going out of business, and I went, good.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Yeah.
I never got anything out of that. I remember going and them never having any good movies, or the good movies were gone. There's never any like weird shit.
Everything was all sticky.
Everything was sticky. Everything was overpriced. You were always like fucking having anxiety because it was late by a day. They charge you double or some fucking shit. And they got late fees. And you're like, what does that even mean? And they're like, bring it back whenever. And you're like, well, then can I just keep it? And they're like, I don't know, man. And I'm like, something about this is a fucking weird trick and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just tell me when it's due back, asshole. Anyway, now we have to pretend as a society that Blockbuster was like a linchpin.
The zenith
of our 80s and 90s childhoods, and going to pick a movie off a shelf and pay a guy money to watch it was for some reason a defining event for all of us. I don't buy it. There is a Blockbuster comedy series on Netflix, a sitcom about Blockbuster employees, which thankfully today was canceled because fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that last Blockbuster documentary that came out?
No, I saw that it came out and I hated it right away.
It's the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. It's literally just a Blockbuster in the middle of no. I don't know if it's in like.
Oh, the last Blockbuster?
It's like there's one Blockbuster remaining somewhere, and it's independently owned. And
it's in the hood.
No, it's in some like super white town. And the whole central thing of the documentary is, God, I don't know if we can keep renting these movies. I hope that they extend, because somebody still owns the Blockbuster name and has to license it out to them. And I'm like, I don't care.
They should do NFTs.
This isn't interesting. No, don't do NFTs. Nothing about Blockbuster is interesting. On Amazon right now, you can buy Blockbuster hats, mugs. You can get a fake employee lanyard. They have a Blockbuster board game. All of this weird pretending.
Forced meme shit.
Yes.
Millhouse shit.
Do you see the memes on Twitter where people go, it's 1995 and mom says you can rent one movie and get one snack from the Blockbuster. Like, what are you getting? And everyone's posting like, oh, I'd rent Back to the Future and get some jujubes. And it's like, stop participating in this performative remembrance.
Isn't there an OnlyFans girl you should be simping for, not this fucking brand?
Yes, it wasn't even a cool brand at its heyday. Like, do you remember anyone being like, "Dude, Blockbuster is so cool"?
Well, we were the warehouse people.
Yeah, which means what?
A place where it was a place where you could go to rent movies.
It was called Warehouse.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that.
It was right over here. In America, it was in this area.
In the California area.
No, it was right in this area, right here.
Okay.
Right here.
You're saying, do you want to elaborate more?
Here's where you are. It was right here.
Right here was Warehouse.
It was what I'm saying. Just follow what I'm saying. It's right here. It was over. If this is America, it was right here.
I'm not there. Are you doing a boob? Are you grabbing a boob?
No, it was over here.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you the location.
Okay.
Okay. Right here. Over here.
This is where you got movies from.
Yes. It was. Imagine America, okay?
Yeah.
It was right in that area.
Okay.
Do you not get it?
I don't get it.
It's right there. It's right here.
You're gonna have to explain it to me later.
It's right
I'm
here.
Not getting it.
No.
You're saying you got movies from here?
Yes.
Where we are right now?
No. I'm saying that I got it from right here.
From your hand?
Don't be insane.
I'm not
insane. From my hand.
insane.
It's a place.
Okay. Your house.
No.
America.
No. The place that I got the movies. That we got the movies.
The computer?
No. In real life, in 1993, 4, 5.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Okay. I'm not going to get it.
You should.
I'm not going to get it. I'm
Vito,
not there.
It's
Does the chat know what he's talking about?
That's right. You're not paying attention. Don't look at the chat.
I'm looking at you and you're
Okay.
just gesturing with your hands at nothing.
Yes. America. And then
and that's where you got movies from. I'm so lost, bro. Can we move on? I'm not gonna get it.
No.
I'm not gonna get it.
We can't move on.
I'm not gonna
we
get it.
can't move on until you guess the location.
California.
No.
Is it in California?
Look at what I'm doing.
You're gesturing with your hand.
Right here.
Air?
No.
Is this a thing about like women? I'm completely lost.
Here is.
Yeah.
This is America.
You can't just keep saying it's America. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I was trying to get you to say where.
You wanted me to say where?
Where, yeah.
Okay, where?
And then I would say the warehouse.
Okay.
Because that was the slogan.
So the whole time you were trying to get me to say the word where.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it.
You couldn't.
That was terrible. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
You really thought I was going to say it.
I thought you would eventually say where? Yeah.
There must have been a better way to lead me into saying where.
I was trying to think of it, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, anyway.
What an episode. My point, Dick, anyway. The warehouse. Where? Man. Who misses Blockbuster, I guess was the point.
Nobody.
Not really.
You shouldn't.
And we had like local movie places that had like cooler stuff. I'm nostalgic
Where?
for them. In Massachusetts.
See how easy it is?
Sorry. We had the DV Den.
Yeah.
They had DVDs. The only thing I remember about Blockbuster, the only exciting thing was back when Nintendo was like, if you send enough Nintendo points, we'll give you a free game.
Yeah.
So I went to Blockbuster and I ripped the Nintendo points out of every package in the Blockbuster. And I had like a shit ton of Nintendo points.
Did you get a free game?
Oh yeah.
What'd you get?
It was Zelda for the GameCube. They had like a special send away one.
Oh shit. Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was the I think it was the 4 Zelda games on like one disc. For some reason they just gave it away if you had enough Nintendo points. And now it's kind of a rarity.
Yeah. They didn't count on that. You and the Harrier Jet guy. They didn't count on.
Well, that was because I was hanging out on a cheapassgamer.com and everybody in there was giving they're like, you got to go to Blockbuster and steal the codes. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're not even going to care. They don't even know. They don't even know there's gold in those hills.
My friend worked at a Blockbuster in college, and he said that a guy would come in there every month and just pick movies out in their buy section and then just walk out with them.
Yeah.
And
why didn't they stop him? They just
were told not to stop him because, like, you know, the violence involved would be worth more than the movies. So he was working with a new guy, and the new guy's like, "Oh shit, he's leaving." And he goes, no,
just let him.
He comes in every month and does
stupid
this.
DVDs. Who gives a shit?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I remember about Blockbuster was occasionally getting like a good deal on like a used thing that they were throwing out the door.
Yeah,
but I never wanted to rent a movie from. I just rented movies from like other places. I guess some people lived in like the middle of fucking nowhere and all they had access to was Blockbuster. But even then, didn't you recognize you were being ripped off by a corporate machine that probably didn't care about the sanctity of movie? It costs a shit ton of money to rent the fucking movie, and they always gouge you on the late fees.
Because you don't remember when movies cost like $100 to buy.
Well, that was the problem.
Like the original VHS tapes cost like $100.
Well, they cost not to the consumer. Maybe at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But the very beginning, Blockbuster wasn't established. I'm talking about like later on, and everybody pines for the blue and yellow era.
It's still
of Blockbuster.
Like $20 for a VHS tape and like $3 to rent it. It's a good deal. $4 to rent it.
I don't remember how much it cost to rent.
I think it was about that.
I remember thinking it was like, you guys are getting a good chunk of change out of me.
Good little scam here you got here.
Point is, like, it's not like, why are you nostalgic for like what was a slick corporate little like, you know, the employees didn't care about you. You didn't talk to them. I would go to my local movie place. They'd be like hanging out watching Simpsons. You could hang out on the couch, watch whatever with them. Why would I care about? It's like if I cared about, I don't know, like, oh, can you believe Ralph's grocery store is gone? It's like, no, who cares? I have no attachment to that.
Maybe I do.
I think it's you have attachment to the movies you rented, but why would you have attachment to the place you rented them from?
Well, because for a lot of people, that was the only fun thing they did every week with their family. Like, that was the only time they got to sit with their parents and enjoy something as a family, is going to Blockbuster, arguing about renting Air Bud or Single White Female or The Dentist 3 or Troll 2. Like, that's where they got exposed to, like, media. The media that you see when you're a kid and a teenager sticks with you forever. When you're an adult, you're like, whatever, I don't give a shit about this stuff. Like,
maybe I just had a bad family then. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I don't have any nostalgia because it wasn't like, hey, let's all watch a movie together.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe there's some people who it was like a family experience.
Well, yeah, it was for us.
I remember like renting movies and then my dad being like, this is fucking gay. And I'd go, I remember distinctly I rented like some anime and my
Well, that's fucking gay.
Yeah, but my bitch of a stepmother was like, what is wrong with you or something, like midway through it. And I was like, I don't know, I just like anime, I guess.
What was the anime?
Those are my memories. It was Ranma 1/2, the one where he turns into a girl if he gets splashed with water. And I think they thought I was like gay.
And then you sucked
a dick. And then I sucked a dick, so they weren't completely wrong. Yeah. So I guess, maybe it's just my stunted family situation that caused me to have no love for the Blockbuster apparatus.
Yeah, that might be it.
My movie experiences were all hanging out with my shitbag teenage friends and renting weird.
Where'd you rent it?
Foreign garbage from the DV Den, man. DV Den.
All right, well,
let us know.
I agree with you.
If people have Blockbuster nostalgia, I don't get it, and it feels manufactured.
Okay.
It feels like whoever owns that trademark is just desperately trying to convince us all that we loved Blockbuster.
Sorry for taking you on that retarded.
I really was like, dude, I'm not getting there. I really fucked up that bit, but I didn't know how to save it.
It would have been so satisfying.
You had to come up with a better lead-in. Be like,
I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I couldn't come up with anything better than that. I knew you had to say it.
Because I just kept guessing. Because I felt like I had to get closer to the truth
have said?
Or something. You'd be like, if it's not there, or instead of how, who, what, why, when, and.
That would have been too easy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Oh, God, Noel was talking shit about us.
Yeah. He does that.
Do you want to hear it?
I already heard it. It's not interesting.
I didn't hear it. Somebody clipped it. It's not interesting?
No, you can play it. I forget what he was talking about.
He said he called us all greasy.
Noel's got a lot of problems. He's upset with everybody.
Well, I mean,
he was mad. He was mad because of the Destiny. Did you hear what I said with Destiny? Or you were there.
I don't remember.
Destiny was on, and we were talking about the Balenciaga thing, and I said it's a great time to be a pedophile because if you're trying to get away with it. I didn't mean.
And he thinks you're being serious.
I'm like, it's like the same way if I said it's a great time to be a black man in America, you would understand I'm not a black man. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Now is a good time if you're a black man trying to break into some industry or whatever else.
Yeah.
But again, he went, oh, see, Vito said he's a pedophile again. And I'm like, no. I was
okay, hold on. This one's called Drugs, they sent me.
Okay.
Danny Ock42 says, you forgot to mention about Ralph's retarded bowling ball tournament where he got swiped, proving he was the reflex of a slug and he can't defend himself for shit, hence the Portugal meltdowns. I did forget that. He had a really embarrassing bowling tournament with Dick Masterson where Dick Masterson fled the scene because it got swatted and he had drugs on him.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they think that you did not actually hurt your arm, which you've obviously hurt your arm. You have a giant fucking scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're saying
it's deformed.
Yeah.
My fucking muscles deformed.
But they're saying you only left because you had drugs and you had to escape from the cops.
So I would walk through the cops out to their
you would have
police
hid
cars?
In the fucking bathroom or something. Or
Yeah, I'd have gone into the women's room.
Yeah. They're not allowed in there.
Threw them in the trash can, not flushed them. I'll get that shit back.
Hide them in the tank.
Okay. Oh, no, come on. He had drugs on him. Don't say that. I mean, I don't care, but all right, this one's called
Fees for damages.
This one's called Vito the
He also hates Destiny now because Destiny
went on Kiwi Farms and was like participating.
Yeah, and he
said like that.
He said he wanted to donate money to the Kiwi Farms because of the Keffel situation, but Null thinks anybody who talks to me or you is a secret pedophile.
That's true, though.
No. Don't feed him because he'll just play that on his stupid fucking show.
Okay, here we go.
Dick owns the biggest problem in the universe.
Yeah.
Exclusively. And he decided to reboot it with Vito the Pedo.
Hi.
And he had Destiny on.
God damn it.
They call you Vito the Pedo?
Of course they call me Vito the Pedo. What else would they call me? They're not clever. They're not interesting.
Pretty clever.
People. How is that clever? That's so obvious.
Well, because it's not like pedo. It's like pedo.
Yeah, I mean,
not quite there.
All right, he's a comic mastermind.
Vito the Pedo.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a little name for you. I think they do have one though.
Okay.
Recently, and they were like, Maddox says something like, Vito will never like shake the whole pedophile thing because he keeps saying dumb shit. And Vito said something like, it's a great. Vito said it was a great time to be a pedophile because people are so convinced if you wear Balenciaga, you're a pedophile. So you can be an actual pedophile and people won't even notice.
Kind of.
Because everyone is like, so misdirected, and the pedo scare is such a thing that if you are an actual pedophile, you can get away with it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like a horrifically stupid fucking take. And
it's not stupid. Genuinely, what's happening?
Just like three greasy freaks talking about pedophilia.
Oh!
And what's supposed to be a comedy podcast.
I'm not greasy.
Like, okay, whatever.
The stuff that's going on with Balenciaga is legitimately funny.
Wow, you're interrupting him.
Okay.
Vito,
he thinks you can't talk about this during a comedy podcast. It's in the news. Everyone's talking about it.
Look at you greasy.
Whatever.
You think it would be easier to get away with being a pedophile because everyone's so keyed up to go after preposterous ad campaigns, and you could just slide in there and go, I hate pedophiles too. Bring over your kids. I'll take care of them.
A lot of efforts are being directed at a lot of energies are being directed at the wrong problems.
Gosh, how is it that we haven't fixed things in 10,000 years?
How is it that if you care
possible?
about children, you go, I really got to like make sure people don't buy this luxury fashion brand. It's like you can't think of any other possible way to help a child.
People are like, people on Twitter are like, does Balenciaga have a stock ticker that I can go screenshot when it goes down so I can post it? Oh God, I gotta boycott Balenciaga. Let's see, who do I know who has? Oh gosh, well I don't have any Balenciaga. I have Yeti and Under Armour. Let's see, honey, do you have any Balenciaga? I wish they don't make it in my size. Okay,
at least they can harass the Kardashians about it. That's all they've been doing, which has saved probably thousands of children. Harassing.
You mean they've harassed
Kardashian.
the Kardashian PR department,
right?
Who runs
whoever runs their Twitter.
Okay, here you go. There's more.
Shit, this is really bad. So that's like the peak of the Dick Masterson stuff over this year. I predict that in 2023, Max Carson and Vito Gastaldi will be curb stomped like in America History X by Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein will redeem himself by curb stomping Vito and
2023.
That's what's happening.
The year that Ethan Klein curb stomps me.
Ethan Klein will get away with it too because he's Jewish.
And Mr. Kerr. The height of comedy, folks, from Null from Kiwi Farms.
I don't think Ethan Klein. I wouldn't let Ethan Klein curb stomp.
Thank you, Dick. I appreciate that.
I would say, look, it's Jesus Christ.
It's just so weird.
I would throw a bunch of pennies on the ground.
It's so weird when people are like, aren't you upset that Null's saying things about you? And I'm like, he sounds like a crazy person. He sounds like he's never talked to another genuine human being. I know he's joking, but it's not even like a good joke. He's just like fucking weird.
Curb stomped by Ethan
Isn't
Klein.
he living in like Serbia or something?
I don't know. Look, I don't want to.
Oh, we don't
want to be
dox.
doxing anybody.
Don't want to dox poor Null.
Okay, here we go. Let's do some voicemails.
All right.
Greasy though. Come on. I'm not. Well, I'm a little bit. Greasy.
Everyone's greasy. We live in California. You sweat.
Okay.
I don't think you love
come
it.
on. It's going to pop
Don't
in.
forget, guys, our holiday special and the stand-up, both available now at patreon.com/biggestproblem. You're getting a lot of bonus content this month, folks. And you can check out teasers of those on the YouTube. I've been putting up little teasers, so you know.
I saw that. That was cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Here you go.
Talk about I don't do nothing.
Hey, no one's talked about it in a little while, so I just want to bring up.
I said thank you. You didn't need to say talking about I don't do anything. I said thank you, and then you turn it into like a slam on me.
It's just good to finally be appreciated. After so many.
More slams.
For all the detraction that comes my way. No, I appreciate you finally taking the time to acknowledge. I'm just fucking.
Okay, here you go.
All right, what? Go. What is going on?
I don't know. My shit's broken.
Hey, no one's talked about it in a little while, so I just want to bring up. Vito, when was the last time you got on the bike? You know, did any sort of exercise? Ate healthy? You said you were going to lose weight this year, buddy, and year's almost up.
Did I say that?
You did. So, yeah, you done the exercise? You gone out for a walk? Or have you just sat inside playing video games and getting pissed off on Twitter?
I did go for a walk.
Have a good day, Vito.
It wasn't a lot of a walk, but I did go for a walk.
Okay.
And I cleaned out a space for my exercise bike. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably start using it. I got something going on. I gotta go to the doctor.
What do you mean?
I got some crazy
exercise allergy.
No, I got some pain in my legs. I don't know what's going on. Probably diabetes.
You need to start working out now.
I'm getting there. It's happening.
That's not good enough.
Getting there.
That's not good enough.
I'm getting there. That's the best.
No, that's not good enough. That guy said you were going to lose weight this year, and you didn't do it.
That's the worst thing a fat guy can say about dieting. I'm getting there. That doesn't mean anything, you fat piece of shit.
Okay,
I'll figure it out.
Hi, guys. It's me, John. So anyway, Vito brought in Hitler as a problem, and a lot of people are upset, but they clearly don't understand what Vito was doing. The point of the biggest problem is to turn molehills into mountains.
Oh.
Very clever, Vito. Nice job.
Okay.
Hail ye.
Hail ye. It's yay.
Wow. Hail yay.
Yeah, because Hitler is such a small problem, of course, that I brought him in to amplify him up.
Oh, I get it now. That's funny. He did that.
Okay, all right, look, I haven't even listened to the newest episode yet, but I see Hitler on there.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the website. I'm gonna look at the vote total, and I'm gonna see negative. I know I'm gonna see negative on one of these problems.
Because he's dead.
I've got a pretty good just certainty about which one that's gonna be. And lo and behold, I'm correct.
Fuck you guys.
Why do you think that is, Vito? Why do you think he's not a problem other than everyone's racist? Maybe because he's fucking dead, you idiot!
Look, the point was...
Go fuck yourself.
The lasting effects of Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
I should have said that. He's still influencing us from beyond the grave.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, here's one about you. Oh, what is going on with this fucking thing today?
Vito versus Vito. Back on bonus episode 7, Vito said Nick Fuentes will fall apart in like a minute. And then we fast forward to December 2022. Nick Fuentes is having dinner with Trump. He's a fucking campaign or marketing or communications advisor to Yay 24. Doesn't sound like Nick Fuentes fizzled out, fatso.
First of all, I don't know what I meant when I said he was falling apart. He'd fall apart in a minute. I don't know what that was in reference to.
Well, what did you think it meant? Hearing it back.
I don't know. I don't know what I was referencing.
Would you describe how he is right now as falling apart? Being in my studio?
I think Fuentes has achieved the height of what he will probably. I don't even know if this is an upscale for. I mean, he's got more attention on him now than ever.
Yeah.
The question is, will attaching yourself to Ye in the long run prove a benefit or a negative?
Oh, yeah.
It all comes down to how Ye plays it.
Yeah.
Because I've told you how Ye should play it.
How? How do you
He
think?
needs to make red armbands for all the kids to wear.
I think he should make swastikas.
Yeah, we argued about this because I don't think he should make swastikas because I think it's too on the nose. And
that's
no
why
one's going to
so
wear a
funny.
swastika. It doesn't matter.
If everyone's
You're
wearing
not gonna convince
swastika,
people
you'd
to
be
wear
an
a
asshole
swastika.
not to wear a swastika.
But if you made like a red armband with like his head or like something, or a Jewish star that says "Yay" in the middle of it, and convinced everyone to wear that, that would be both funny and on the edge. A swastika is too to the point. It's not subversive in any way. And I'm a big fan of the swastika. I get it. I just don't think you could make it work. The problem is you need high school kids to be able to wear this to school and plausibly
that's cool.
not get detention.
No, get detention. Getting detention's cool.
Because then they can't wear it again. You didn't wear it every day.
Gotta wear it once to get that pussy.
And then when the principal goes, "Hey, you can't wear those," you go, "It's just an
Fucking
armband,
sock 'em."
old man. You're gonna ban Yay armbands." And then you got like a legitimate free speech issue. But
it says "Yay." It says "Yay" on it. It's not actually a swastika, Mr. Rosen's.
Well, he could make his
beans.
weird, alien swastika, but even that's a little too close.
Yeah. Do you think you should do red armbands?
They could be purple.
Purple? What is it, gay Nazis?
No, like the Lakers.
Yeah.
I think he needs an identifiable piece of merchandise right now that every Yay fan will buy and wear at the same time.
Yeah.
And identify themselves on the street.
And what is
Which
that?
is why it would make sense if it's like a weird Jewish star that just says Yay in the middle of it and you sew it to your jacket.
No, I don't want to wear a
everyone's walking
Jewish
around.
star.
Well, make it like a...
I don't want to wear that, though.
Then make it a pentagram.
I don't want to wear a pen. That's about Satan.
Okay, then it's just his head. I don't fucking know.
I don't want to wear a little head of Kanye.
He needs a new album, and he needs a highly identifiable piece of merchandise that all his fans can wear in tandem.
God, I hope he's in there making an album.
If he's listening to this, hire me, Kanye. I will make you. I know how to do viral things. I know how to do it.
What would you do?
Again, we would come up with this like fashion thing, and we would get everybody to wear it.
But what if he's like, make it a swastika?
I'd say no.
What do you think? He's like a reasonable guy? Yeah, is there a trademark issue?
No, it's just you can't. You're gonna have people punching people on the street if they're wearing swastikas.
Oh, God forbid that would happen.
No, you don't want to. It's got too much history. You could subvert the swastika though. You could find a new swastika.
Like a
could go upside
3-prong swastika?
Yeah, or 5. I don't fucking know. Put a smiley face swastika.
Smiley face with swastikas for eyes?
A smiley face swastika could be pretty cool.
That's a horrible idea. Okay.
Hire me, Yay. I'll even make up with Nick Fuentes.
Make up?
Me and Fuentes are going to be friends.
No.
Probably not.
He's too young. Or too old for you.
You know what the biggest fucking problem in the universe is?
What?
It's thinking about one of your guys' problems, which is nice drivers on the road, and spilling a fucking medium cup of hot coffee all over my lap. Thanks a lot, guys. Go fuck yourself.
Which problem caused him to spill his coffee?
Let's hear it again.
Was he laughing
You know
so
what the
hard?
biggest fucking problem in the universe is? It's thinking about one of your guys' problems, which is nice drivers on the road, and spilling a fucking medium cup of hot coffee all over my lap. Thanks a lot, guys.
All over
Go
his
fuck
wiener.
yourself.
What kind of drivers on the road?
Nice drivers.
Was that a problem? Oh, yeah. We were talking about people who are too polite.
Yeah. He spilled his coffee
why'd you
all
spill
over
your
his
coffee,
pants.
you fucking idiot?
How did you do that? Don't you have a cup holder?
He was probably trying to sip, and maybe he laughed so hard at our hilarious problems.
Why you had your coffee?
Coffee to come.
You had your coffee between
out.
your legs, and then you squeezed your legs too hard.
Send a diagram of how you spilled your coffee. We got a lot of people in the chat tonight.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, look at that, 366.
A lot of yay voters in there.
No.
Press 1 for yay.
You had Fuentes in your studio. I want to see how that relationship evolves. I really do.
Who, me and Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
I love him. I wish he was my son.
Please stop.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's just
you can't handle the future the way it's gonna be.
It's just really weird when I go to comedians and stuff. I'm like, you should be on our podcast. And they're like, oh, who's there? And I'm like, my buddy Dick. He hangs out with Nick Fuentes, that Nazi that
loves
Kanye
him.
Likes.
Look at all these ones. Look, one. This guy posted a negative one. Egg Council. You better watch your ass.
You guys. Or when they check the list of problems and they're like, why is one of your problems blackface? And I'm like, it's just for fun.
You did that.
I know I did that.
You've done worse stuff to me.
It's true. We got to do the racist vote problem count again.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, guys, what a great show. We're going to do super chats, but don't forget to check out patreon.com/biggest problem and vote on all the problems. We'll put them up after the show. Our problems, once again, were Blockbuster Nostalgia, Starving Artists. No, wait, yeah.
Billionaire Bootlickers and holiday parties. I wanted to bring in a Christmas problem.
Mike Hunt for 5. We were all correct that the addition of a black elf was a reliable indication that the end product would be trash. Vote down fear of a black elf. I'm still going to say the problem with that show was not that the elf was black. Koof 2, thank you all for not killing yourselves. Silverback Strength for 10, episode 69. Wow. It is episode 69.
Nice.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Verico for 279. You done just recast Superman and play into the same storyline.
Why'd you read it like that?
I don't know. I thought he was trying to do Pigeon or whatever.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
They are recasting Superman. I don't know how you feel about that. Henry Cavill is out.
I hate superhero movies.
Okay, well, then you don't care at all.
No.
Wet Bandit for 2. The fentanyl killed Isom, not Super Killer. Well, there you go. At least
maybe Super Killer planted it somehow.
I'm really worried about future Super Killer fan art. I feel like we've opened a door to horrifying.
How could it get worse, though?
I don't know, because that guy really did nail like the worst possible thing.
Like the theme of the comic.
Part of me was like, I kind of hope Eric July doesn't see this. Michael Winnick.
So everybody, make sure Eric July does not see that fan art.
Please don't. I don't think he's...
I didn't even want to post it because I thought I'd get banned.
He's not even going to notice. He doesn't care. Michael Winnick for 10. Dick should have an episode where he invites on all these people Vito attacks on Twitter, like Chrissy Marin, Melanie Mack, and just have one big struggle session for Vito. We should do a roast.
Of you?
Yeah, and all my haters can just come by and make fat jokes.
The problem is...
they have no sense of humor.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, but they also just don't want to... Like, even the way Melanie Mack said it, like, oh, he's gotten enough clout off of me. It's like, what
do you think's happening?
What do you think's happening here?
Yeah.
Like, this is just shit talking over Twitter.
Literally nothing has happened either to me or for her or vice versa. It's like we had a little spat on Twitter. Everyone's going to forget about it a day later. That's the other thing. People always freak out about my Twitter things. They're like, aren't you worried about your reputation on Twitter? I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
All of this is an illusion.
And the things that you're saying are always correct.
I think. And
Like
even if I'm
Satan
wrong,
is
at least I'm funny
retarded.
about it. It's stupid to be making videos with Bible quotes about like, well, here's what God had to say about the Luddites and who fucking cares? Jesus Christ. Matt R for $1.99.
Mary was 14, underage.
No,
God raped an underage woman.
Stop.
Oh, what? That's bad?
We're going to get in so much trouble with the religious people. Look, I respect you. Just if you try to seriously have a conversation about Satan, it's silly to me. I find it silly.
I like the whole thing of gotten enough clout off of me. Like, okay.
Yeah, I got
That's
a whole
like a
lot of
fat
clout.
girl saying like, you couldn't handle this. Like, oh, no, you're right. Thanks. And I like her, but I don't know why she said that.
You like Melanie Mack?
Yeah, I like Melanie.
Yeah,
I don't know why she
she's
said
like
that.
a Christ chick, and I made fun of her. She's gonna accept that. I wasn't even trying.
Because you made your picture.
Well, then Chrissy Mayer goes, "Why don't you tag her?" And I go, "Because I'm not trying to make it a thing. Just I don't respect."
Why is Chrissy Mayer's husband always calling you a pedophile? Is he
I
a
don't
pedophile?
know. He's like obsessed. He's mad.
Obsessed with you being a pedophile.
Yes,
that's a bit odd.
But then he came to me and he goes, "This needs to stop. This needs to stop." And I'm like, your fucking lady goes at me all the time.
Wait, what do you mean this needs to stop?
He's like, was really mad that like I'm referencing him and making fun of him. And he's like, this has nothing to do with me. I'm like, well, it kind of does, because you go on WATP and you go, I think Vito secretly loves pedophiles and is trying to.
Oh, that's right. That was weird.
I'm like, you. He goes,
bro, you're not even famous. It's your like wife that's famous.
Yeah, and he's mad that I made fun of him. I'm like, I'm only making fun of you because of her, and because it would obviously make her. And then he's like, well, that's stupid. And then later she goes, how could you make fun of my husband? I'm like, well, then it's not stupid because it worked, and it made you upset, and that was funny. So whatever, it's all complicated.
Because he accuses people of being a pedophile. Because he's sorry, hold on, because he's lessening the trauma done by actual child assailant.
Well, he said to me he wants nothing to do with it. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm like, all right, I guess if you're really that upset about it, I don't know why you came at me because remember, the first thing that happened
came at me
was
on Twitter. You coming at me?
Well, there was that tweet where they were like, hey, we're talking to these comedians. And they were talking to like Josh Denny and Chrissy Marr and whatever else.
Yeah.
And I responded to this guy. I think it's that Brandon Straka guy. I don't remember who it was, though. And I'm like, well, hey, let me come on. Who's done more for comedy than me? And I posted like a thing of me at Netflix.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. And then Chrissy Mayer's fucking book, her husband goes, Vito's not a real comedian. He's a secret pedophile, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, buddy. All right.
I honestly don't know why that she's... Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be a nice guy, but
I'm happy to bury it.
Fuck,
look, I'll bury it. I didn't go at her, and then she saw me make fun of Melanie Mac, and she wanted to get involved. And I was like, I haven't even been tweeting about you because I said I'm happy to bury it. And now it's all convoluted. But regardless, if
it's not convoluted.
If Frank Pellegrino, Booker to the Stars, wants to be left out of our stupid little internet fights, I'll try to respect it as much as I can. All right. I didn't know. Like, he was really upset.
Bro, stay away from my stay away from my chicks. These are my chicks.
Well,
over here.
Like,
bro. Just keep me out of it, bro.
I'm like, why are you shit talking me on Twitter if you don't want me to shit talk you for months afterwards? Because it's funny. Like, all right. And I guess he's like, I won't say anything more about you. Like, I just want this to be over. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, then kill yourself, Gaylord.
I guess. God, I didn't know it was that serious.
It's not.
I don't think it is. I told him, I'm like, listen, man, I'm just goofing on you because it's funny because Chrissy but like after a couple hours, like this is all going to be over and no one's going to pay any attention to it.
No one fucking cares. No one cares if you call in or not. We're just trying to have a fun show for everybody. Go back to your little drag queens are the devil story hour.
Well, they want to talk shit about anyone, but then you talk shit about them, and they're like, I can't
No one didn't have any drag queens on his arc, Kitty. Am I right, girls?
I don't know. It's just convoluted. I'm so I don't even know how to feel. Just leave me alone and let me tweet on my own page then and stop fucking trying to.
Okay.
All right, whatever. Matt R for $1.99. Stop it.
Vito's Twitter.
Yeah.
Vito's Twitter. Vito being Vito on Twitter.
People love my Twitter. I'm gonna get my real
Vito's
Twitter.
I was gonna
Twitter.
stop it, but
I'm
I
gonna
wasn't
get my real
stop.
Twitter.
Vito's Twitter.
Fucking cut it.
Vito.
Matt R for $1.99 has how is Super Killer not just the boys? LOL. Those of you who have been paying attention,
because it's just one guy.
Oh, it's a guy and a girl. He gets a sidekick.
Okay.
But those of you who have been following my Twitter, you'll know that there's many differences.
So what do you not like the boys? Like you don't want another of the boys? Fucker?
I haven't even
Is
read.
that what you're saying?
I mean, I haven't even read the comic The Boys. I've watched the show. But honestly, this is a concept I came up with like 20 years ago. So in a way, I came up with it before The Boys.
Oh, good. I like that take.
They stole that from me. David March for $5. Looking forward to Super Killer doing his bit in a ride.
No one's ever come up with the idea of a normal guy taking down a supernatural entity.
Seems like a pretty obvious idea.
Gilgamesh, right? This type of story has never been told in human history.
I know what I ripped off, and maybe I'll tell you sometime, but it wasn't The Boys. What happened at the riot in Wisconsin? Is that going to be? Oh, he's going to go to Kenosha. It's gonna help. It's gonna help save some people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, that's not
either.
a superhero though.
So that would be a good comic. A superhero just goes to all these mass shootings and makes them worse. Osama bin Diesel for 2. Vito has an issue with Hitler, yet supports Ukraine.
Yeah, good point. Hypocrite.
I don't think that is a good
Hypocrite.
point. Pop quiz for $1.99. Para Ser Justo. Is that TBF in Spanish?
Yeah.
Does that count?
No.
Okay.
But it would have if you said it was to be fair in English.
There you go. Z12 Tetsuto. Tetsuto. Test. Oh, because he had posted on a previous show a bunch of Japanese characters, and I tried to read them, but I clearly failed. Okay.
Did you read that one?
Well, yeah, because he spelled it out.
Oh.
Tetsuto.
Okay.
Testo.
Oh, I see.
Testo.
Tetsuto.
Testo 1.
Oh.
Testo 2. I'll make a pork fried rice that's so powerful, Mr. Man.
I'm glad I don't know Japanese. If I woke up and I knew Japanese, I would kill myself.
I kind of want to take Japanese again.
Because of the Japanese girls?
No. So I can I guess I don't know what purpose it would serve at that point. I was thinking, I'm like, what if I had moved to Japan or learned Japanese and just been the token white guy in all their TV shows or something? That would have been fun.
As a famous comedian?
Famous fat white guy who's in every Japanese,
He's so fat.
He's so fat. And I just show up and the robots are fighting and they just cut to me and I go, ah! I'm like, that guy's probably having the best time of his life. There's some guys like that. Pop quiz for $1.99. I don't care. Mike Hunt for 5. If they don't use money in Star Trek, how does Picard own a vineyard? I think you can maintain your property in Star Trek.
You can't have property in a socialist society.
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's owned by the state, but you're in charge of it, right?
Should be owned by nobody.
I don't know. Is Star Trek socialist?
Yeah. They don't have money. Not anarchist.
Well, how do they determine property? Can you just be like, this is my house?
I don't know. Remember Picard's brother who was retarded?
Yeah.
What was that all about?
I don't know, man.
He's like, oh.
Wait,
remember him? He was all
old guy who was mad at Picard?
Yeah, what was that all?
Yeah. He was mad that Picard didn't take care of the vineyard and his dad or something.
Yeah.
And they have that new Picard show, and it's all about his mom or something. I'm not watching any of that. Chris Rebb for 10. Put this towards the marble bust of yourself, Mr. Masterson.
Thank you.
John Riffs for 10. Man who can afford food because of Star Wars videos does not understand the appeal of forcing ugly stone to be filled. I didn't say I don't understand it. I get it.
Sculptures?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I'm not coming down on my uncle.
He just grew up with it. Probably.
No, I'm just saying he said famously to me he wished he had sold out at a younger age and done, I don't know, fucking sculptures of big dick monsters or whatever would have been popular at the time. Gun Ranger for 10. The soullessness of AR art comes from how bland digital art is compared to hand-drawn. Everything is too slick and has too much sheen and the imperfections that add to art and give it life or loss. I'll agree with that, but I think AI art should be used to accentuate. I think, again, using it for textures or poses or whatever else, I think it has a lot of work as a complement to traditional art skills.
Yeah, I think that Gun Ranger, you wouldn't be able to pick the two out of a lineup.
Well, I think we're also...
Someone said, this is the Mona Lisa. You're like, oh, no, that's actually a replica.
I think right now AI art has been fed too many resources of these slick CG-looking things, but it'll figure out 2D line art a little more at some point. 2D line art is also a lot harder for it to fake, though, because a painted looking thing, you can have smudgy little blotches of color and your eye interprets them however. When it's actual defined lines, it gets more complicated. Mike Hunt for 2. AI art creates a niche market for human-made art. I think they'll both exist.
Could be. Well, that's what Blade Runner said.
Mike Hunt for 2 also says AI art can't replace watching Kim Jong-gi draw. Is that guy who just died?
AI art can replace that.
Yeah, anything can replace that because he's
make a guy drawing.
So, Kara Fro for 10. Skipped the office company party this year at a big fancy hotel. I'd rather take my little girl to see the lights. They dropped off a nice set of earbuds on my desk today. I felt like an asshole. Oh, you missed the gifts.
Oh.
Get your gift afterwards.
Why'd you feel like an asshole? Don't feel like an asshole.
Because they bought her things and they set up this whole thing for her. And
so just buy me shit.
I think you got to go. I think it's an it's a social obligation.
No, it's one step below putting out for a guy if he buys you dinner.
Well, you got to do that too.
Well, okay.
Them's the rules. Speaking of which, we're getting steak this weekend.
Yeah.
And I expect afterwards
putting out
a little parking lot action. Mike Hunt for 5. Shut up. Would you rather a marble statue of yourself or Hitomi Tanaka?
No, I want the Hitomi Tanaka, but I think I would break my cock trying to fuck her tits because she's made out of marble. I couldn't resist it.
Oh, so Hitomi Tanaka would also be made of marble.
Yeah, do you want a marble statue of yourself?
Why would I want a
Hitomi
statue of
Tanaka?
myself? Hitomi Tanaka.
Yeah, but then you're going to break your wiener.
Wet Bandit asks for 2. Are you going to take your rascal scooter to Mario Land? I don't want to think about it. Dixon,
are you gonna?
No, I think I'll be fine. My back was really fucked that week. All right. Dixon Miarze. Hey, Dick, I bought a car off a Puerto Rican. Thanks.
Dixon Miarze.
Dixon Miarze. That's pretty good.
How you doing, Dixon Miarze?
Hi,
your name
Dixon.
Dixon Miarze.
That's pretty good. I didn't even catch that. Kara Fro with the $5 last minute super chat. Losers, let's get this train going. Okay. We're going to refresh, see if there's any more super chats. But a good episode, except for the 5 minutes where I could not parse what Dick was trying to get me to say or do. Unfortunately. Kara for 5. Dick, you were so quiet then uncomfortably inappropriate for the law tubers on Nick's birthday stream.
Wait, where?
It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, were you being really quiet and then all of a sudden you got crazy?
By the way, I plugged the show right away.
I heard. Good work. Maybe that's why we got such a big audience tonight.
Well, they're talking about like, oh man, this one boomer woman was talking about like how dating should be. She's like, well, you just go to a bookstore. Jesus. If you want to find ladies, just go to a bookstore.
And what? Tap them on the shoulder?
Rape them? I don't know.
Don't do that.
I don't know. Everyone was like, that's retarded. And she just wouldn't stop like telling.
A bookstore.
There was 9 guys, and she would not stop telling 9 guys how to meet women.
Right.
And we're like, everything that you're saying is dumb. And she's like, what? Well, that's crazy. Well, look, guys, I was dating 20 years ago. And I was like, so was I, bitch. Like, what are you fucking, you can't pull that card anymore. I fucking remember dating 20 years ago, too. You fucking idiot. It's not, what you're saying was just as offensive then.
Yeah.
And then this guy who was like crippled by.
Don't make enemies of all the law tubers.
They don't care. Lawyers don't care. No, I liked her.
Okay.
I mean, I like them. She's just saying retarded shit about dating. I'm not saying she's probably a great lawyer.
Fair enough.
And she's got 2 daughters, so you know, it's just a fucking clam bake, and like it's their heads just start getting scrambled.
Yeah, go on.
So then this guy who's like crippled with like loneliness and depression over it has this like incel rage moment, which was awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, don't you think like, I don't know that I'm a loser, that like, you think I haven't tried, and wipe that smirk off of your face. And I was like,
Jesus
oh
Christ.
man, that's awesome. Like,
They
They
need
were
more
so
shows.
aggressive.
That's the reality show we got to put together. Is like a bunch of incels and a bunch of pretty women have to share a house
and a machete.
Yeah, no, 'cause that's gonna turn bad immediately. The second you touch the machete, the show's over. Claptrap the Destroyer for 5 says, I like when you guys bash religion. Look, I think you can have your own little private beliefs. It's fine. Just stop trying to make logical arguments based on the mathematical sphere grid that exists beyond the ether. I don't know it, and I don't get it.
No, I hate religion. Fuck you if you need it.
I mean, it's fine to have it, but just you have to go. This is like a private thing, I believe, and can never prove.
Keep it in your fucking pants.
Keep it in the bedroom.
Go ahead, keep it in your. You got it. That's fine. If it comes
and if
out,
you make a video about it,
I'm making fun of it.
Skeptic might go, well, look at this dumb.
I'm making fun
broad.
of how tiny it is. If you think you believe in God, pull it out, because I'm going to tell you that you don't believe in God as much as you should, because you won't confront an atheist on a podcast.
I don't think she really believes in
the
God.
name of fucking Satan, dude.
If you believed
fucking
in Jesus,
Satan
you would be
is
here
there.
right now. Won't Jesus protect you against granting me clout? Won't he work with his magic forces to prevent me from getting any additional clout off you because you are the virtuous sword of God?
The women who pretend to believe in God are the worst. Like men who believe in God and like preach God, I respect.
All right.
Women who talk about God or Jesus, it's like it's offensive.
It's fine to believe it. It's just when you try to make like rational points out of what a guy in a book said a million years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't think it applies. Like that guy fucked sheep, and then he wrote a bunch of books about,
and then he killed Jesus,
and then he killed Jesus.
What did he?
He watched,
and then he went to Seder,
cut his kid's dick off because God told him to, but then it was a trick, and he learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Well, what's great about the show is we have supporters of all stripes, Dick. Why don't you show us on the big board?
It shouldn't matter to you if you believe
our
it.
most famous supporters. Okay. Don't forget to support the show at patreon.com/biggestproblem, where you can listen to the Biggest Problem in the Universe holiday special, as well as the Biggest Problem in Long Beach stand-up spectacular.
Look at the Wet Bandit.
The Wet Bandit is there. There's also Matty Ray, who tried changing his name to something really long to fuck with my ability to put this stupid list together. Thank you, Matty Ray.
I told you this list was a mistake.
Yeah, next time I'm going to put your name as Matty D-Bag. All right? The list is not a mistake. I made the list. It's a new list. I made a new one.
Yeah, but December's almost over.
No, it's not. We're like halfway through it.
Half empty.
It doesn't say December. It's whenever I feel like updating.
What do you think? Do you think it would be more palatable if people just said, like, I don't deny the Holocaust, I just think it's half full? Do you think that would
Good night,
be
everybody? The fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything.
Not half empty.
Yeah, that doesn't work. It doesn't work.
You don't think it works?
No,
it works.
I don't think
it works for like life and
stuff.
stuff.
Why don't you call up your new best friend Nick Fuentes and ask him what he thinks about the Holocaust? Why don't you see how that goes?
No, I don't want to.
We'll be back.